The last passenger. I still remember the smell. It wasn't just a stench of blood. It was something worse, like rotting meat mixed with chemicals. That was the first thing that made me realize I was in trouble. My name is Chidi. I used to drive a danfo bus in Lagos, mostly at night. The money wasn't great, but it was better sitting at home doing nothing. The night shift was risky, but I didn't have a choice. The roads were quiet, but the passengers were different: drunkard, thieves, and people with nowhere to go. That night started like any other night. I had dropped my last set of passenger at Ojuelegba and was about to head home when a man waved me down. He was standing under a dim street light, looking around like someone was following him. "Where you dey go?" I asked. Egbeda, he quickly replied, "I go pay extra." Egbeda was fair, but Egbeda was far, but extra money was extra money. I nodded and he jumped in. The man, Kunle, as I later found out, was restless. He kept looking over his shoulder and checking his phone. I noticed his hand was shaking. "You dey okay?" I asked. He quickly answered. Then he swallowed hard and said, "Just drive, I beg." I just told him to get down. I should have just told him to get down. I doubted my guts, but Lagos is Lagos. I needed money. I kept driving. We had barely passed Ikeja when Kunle phone rang. He answered immediately. "Hello? No, abeg, I dey road. I dey come. No, no do am. I say una wait for me." Then he went quiet listening. I saw his face change. Pure fear. Pure fear. He ended the call and grabbed my shoulder. "Oga, turn back, turn back, turn back now." I frowned. "You say you want go Egbeda. Now you say make I turn back. Turn back," he shouted. "Oga, abeg." I sighed and turned the steering wheel. But before I could complete the turn, the U-turn headlight flashed in my mirror. A black USD speed past and swerved in front of us, blocking the road. I hit the brake. My heart started pounding. Kunle cursed under his breath. "We don't enter." Three men stopped out of their SUV. No uniform, no masks, just black and hard faces. Kunle grabbed my hand. He then opened his door. "We don't die." I barely had time to think before they pushed us into the SUV, tying our hands with rope. My whole body was shaking, but I stayed quiet. Kunle, breathing hard beside me, kept whispering, "God abeg, God abeg." We drove for a long time. The road became rough, bumpy, no street lights, no houses. Then we stopped. They pulled us out. I looked around an abandoned warehouse. The walls were cracked and the windows were broken, but they made my stomach turned was a smell. Thick, metallic rotting, the smell of death. Inside, I saw freezer, big ones, and an operating table covered in dry blood. Kunle saw it first. He kept begging. "I beg, I swear, I no talk anything. I no talk anything. I no go talk anything." One of the men bowed with a scar on his cheek, turned to another. Doctor, say make we clear them both." I felt my leg went weak. Kunle snapped. He lunged at one of the men, head bottling him. The man strangled back. Kunle kicked another in the knee. "Run!" he screamed at me. I hesitated just for a second. Gunshots. Kunle fell. A tall Kunle fell. A dark stain spread around his shirt. His body swished, then went still. I didn't think I just moved. I ran. One of the men grabbed my shirt, but I yanked free. I ran straight into the metal shelf, knocking it over. Something crashed. Glass, metal, plastic. More gunshots. My ear rang. I kept running. There was a small window on far side. I jumped. Glass shattered. Pain. Then I hit the ground outside rolling. They were shouting behind me. More gunshots. But I was already on my feet, spinning into darkness. I ran I ran until I saw a road. I waved at the first car I saw. The driver slowed down, looking at me, bloody panting, then speed off. The second car didn't even slow down. The third one stopped. Guy, wetin happen? The driver asked. They won't kill me, I shouted. Abeg, take me to the police station. He hesitated and took me in and went to the police station. I told the police everything. They didn't even look surprised. One officer, an elderly man, leaned back on his chair. Where this warehouse dey? I told them. 2 hours later we got there. Nothing. The freezer, the blood, everything. The operating table was gone. Like nothing ever happened. You sure say na yeah? The officer asked me. I just stood there shaking. The smell was gone, but could still remember it. The smell of death. The police didn't even believe me or even care. They just didn't care. Go house, go rest. One officer said, you don't watch too much film. I quit driving night shift after that. I tried to forget, but I couldn't. Kunle was gone. Nobody ever knew his full name. Maybe he had a family looking for him, or maybe not. And those men, they were still out there waiting for the next unlucky passengers. Guys, subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.